after all, they're BF. Don't you use those? What do you use?
I don't know. Don't know, but just a fire blade. I don't know. Just BF.
They're not all the same.
No.
Try and get it so that you're straight off from that without that little twitch before. And parrying the post. You went first with the shoulder there.
Yeah.
Same thing, isn't it? You're parrying and then your shoulder goes.
Yeah.
Just hold on to the parry a little bit.
Okay, excuse me a minute.
Yeah, just hold the parry a little bit. Hold it and then off quickly. There. Yes. Do it again. Hello, do it again.
Hold.
Don't rush it, don't rush it. Very inaccurate today.
I know. Yeah, I did it. I fencing yesterday and it's really quite accurate. I can feel it. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, particularly from the carte riposte, consistently hitting there. Again, there. Same spot. Now, this time, carte disengage riposte. But parry, hold it a bit, and then when you feel that, that's going to be the moment to do the disengage. And of course you are using different foil, which may well make a difference to your accuracy. Okay, now maybe direct, maybe disengage, but make sure you put the pause in there. Feel for it. You see, you're not pausing, are you? Yeah. Okay, now if you do that parry. Oh, that's potentially a bit better. Some of them, you have them sort of here, and especially if you're going to make some choices over the riposte, you've hardly cleared the blade really, have you?
No.
You've satisfied the rules, so to speak, but you're potentially very vulnerable to a fast renewed attack, aren't you?
Yeah.
So, you know, just take it sufficient to clear.
Yeah.
Guessing.
I know when I've done it wrong straight away.
Yeah. Oh, then you stop dead,
Yeah.
don't you? That's when I might do something.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't stop dead in a fight, but I just know that I've done it wrong.
You need to go off fast on the riposte though, especially with the direct one. Hold it and then really fast.
Okay.
Good. Up. Good.
You need to do that.
Okay, direct.
Oh, come on.
Yes. Have a look for it. That's
It's amazing what a different handle can do, isn't it?
Is that a smaller handle than yours?
No, I just think it's my angle because of the set.
Yeah, yeah.
I should come, the thing is with that, whether I should come back with a parry or just go for the remise.
Well, if you're going to do a remise, you need to follow it with a parry, really, don't you, in that situation.
Okay.
The question is, have you got time to do both things?
Yeah.
You know, bearing in mind you do both foil and épée, to develop different habits for each is probably rather tricky.
Mm.
Engage. Yeah, still rushing it. You sort of boom, is what you want. Sort of there, hold it a bit, then go. Hold it, then go. Hold it a bit longer, look. Hold it. Okay. Have a look where your parry is again. Parry now. Parry. About there. Okay. Very well placed for whatever riposte you do there. It points in a good position, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you're doing the disengage, it can be really effective there. A bit big that one, keep it small. Okay. Now you're going to do parry of cards and riposte by counter disengage.
Okay.
But watch for the timing on this, because you have to wait for me to attempt a circular parry. Wait, you see what I mean?
Yeah.
He's just rushing everything there. That's it. There. And then you missed the moment. You know, got to, now quick. No, you don't need to beat.
Okay.
No need to beat. Yeah. Up. Good.
Okay.
Yeah. Have a look at the position now, take them down a bit more, that's right. Okay, okay. This time do circular ceased.
Okay.
Now, wait for the attack to develop a bit, and then really sharp and quick once it's got to there. Just a minute, wait for it, wait for it. Wait.
Oh! You would have to film this lesson, wouldn't you?
Well, it'll get better.
It will.
Oh, you knew that was coming. You knew. I always get the first one.
I know you always get the first one.
Oh, it's too slow, isn't it? Wait. Yeah, but wait and then really quick look. Yes. Good. Good.
Oh, come on.
Okay, now you're just going to do this as an attack, so I'm not getting in very deep. You're just going to collect the blade ceased and go.
Okay. Unless you do a disengage.
Well, we're not going to put the disengage in.
Okay.
So there, look. You choose your moment. Okay, you choose that, yeah, really quick.
I would have waited for you to come near. I thought you
Yeah,
were
as I
coming
say,
nearer.
we're not doing this as a parry post.
Okay.
Here's attack. You're just going to find the blade and go. Yeah, really quick. Quick, yeah. Yeah, really quick. Okay, wait a little bit, then you have more control over
Okay.
the time you're doing.
Oh, can go on at once?
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
right.
not just sort of shooting it off like a machine gun.
No, okay. Sorry, I thought you wanted me to be as fast as possible as soon
Yes,
as you move.
I do want you to be fast.
But in my time.
And then, bomb.
Okay.
Yeah, really quick.
All right.
Okay, yes, that's not bad at all. Is it? Okay, now what you're going to do is you're going to do one fairly slowish, maybe a little bit bigger circular action
Okay.
to draw me into evading the blade.
Yeah.
And the next one, really fast and quick, so I don't
Okay.
manage to get around that one. The first one gets around the pole. Now then you do one, which I evade,
Yeah.
and then you do another one, really fast and quick.
Okay.
So the two have quite different characters. There. Great. Right, carry on.
It's okay.
Carry on. Now, sometimes we'll do this. The first one will be at the elbows. It's more of an invitation. But the second one is at the fingers. So you've got that and then that. And that second one is the one that's just very difficult to evade, even though it's potentially can be anticipated if I'm just doing circular movements. But it has a very different character.
Okay.
Okay. Now focus on the second one being done as much with the fingers as possible. you're doing that just as my point's coming up.
Yeah.
And then really quick on. Good. Okay, not so bad. Now we can do a similar action where you use cart. So you can use a quasi hit underneath from that. So you can seize, perhaps come back with it, draw the blade in, and then round there. So ceased invitation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you want to move back a bit with this, don't you?
Yeah.
You know, if you're taking the risk of inviting me to come forward, what you don't want is to find that I actually get the hit.
Okay.
Okay.
And then
You want to do it with the cutover? Would you do it with the cutover? Is that what you do? Do you need to?
I don't think you need to.
No, I don't. Really?
Just take it down.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Okay. Now, the change in the pace is quite important. Steady and fast, fast and strong.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't use that very often. I should do.
Is there a reason why not?
I don't know, I just don't care to me to use it, and it's a nice move.
Now, the thing to remember is you can really only do that when that target is open,
Yeah.
i.e. when somebody lifts their arm up, extends the arm. The advantage of this invitation is it gets your opponent to lift their arm up.
Yeah.
Some people who lean right back, that's where you're going to have to hit them, isn't it?
Yeah.
But if they've consistently got the arm down here, you've got to find a way to get it up,
Yeah.
haven't you?
Yeah.
So drawing them into doing something compound does that. Now, if you look at how you're doing these, it's not really cart anymore that you're doing, it's a sort of on-target, isn't it? So we've got the cease there, blade's here, so why not take it round there much more in cart, bear down on the blade a lot more.
Okay. A little slower.
There.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. I think of it as one fluid action, but the hand's going to be quite far out as you're doing that. Up and down. Okay. Yeah, you can take it out more, can't you? You'll gain more control over my blade
Okay.
if you're doing that. And really quick on that last action because you don't want me to come back and parry.
You'll be in the right place.
Yes. Missed it. One more. Yeah, yes, not so bad. Yeah. Do you sort of deliberately use the invitations, draw people in and so on? Everything's like, first intention, go straight off.
Second intention I use, is I do.
Well, yeah,
Not
it's the same sort of frame of mind here, isn't it?
Yeah, no.
You know, I'm going to do this, and he will do that, or she will do that, and that one there. The useful thing of this is, these type of actions is harder for me to evade because you're just perhaps completing that movement when I find the blade.
Yeah.
So you would have to stop finishing that blade action before you can begin another one. So it prevents it. Whereas if I just go for the cart straight away, you're in a position where you could evade the blade much more readily. Quite useful combined with flicks as well, but you don't really do flicks. You know, say seize on that one, you'll see quite a bit. Okay, now just evade the blade and hit. Let's see if we can have the same bit of target each time. Target. Make sure you do avoid the blade. Catching it. Quick with the handle up. Keep that handle loose in your grip. Good. point going through. Still a bit too active in the shoulder at the beginning. That, and then the body following through. Now, I can see all that initial tension. Yeah, just go more slowly here, just extend the arm. Okay, now do that without moving anything but the arm. Extend, now go follow through here. Better. Yeah. Good. Yes. One more. Yeah. See those last ones, those last two in particular, you got that flowing a lot better. You know, it's much less energetic at the beginning. The first bit is just extend the arm. There shouldn't be a lot of muscular work going on as you're doing that, and then reaching through with it. Okay, we'll do some epay. See how that's going.
I think one of the problems is that Adam, I'm really tired, I'm absolutely wired out. I've been up at 5 every morning.
Have you?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I got up at 9:45 today.
Well, because I've been away a lot, my sleep patterns all over, and I feel really,
imagine,
really shaky, really wired up.
Yeah, well, yes, you're sort of throwing yourself into things a little bit too energetic to be honest, aren't you?
We had a referee that was giving out yellow cards like sweeties. It's everybody. And this woman
For actual
twitched.
offences?
Most, I'd say 60% offences, 40% not. And this fencer went like that. So I stopped and she hit me. Christ, I should know better than that. She didn't get a yellow card and I thought she was going to do. So I complained profusely because normally I don't. Anyway, next time she got a yellow card straight away. But I should have just carried on until the ref said stop.
Well, yeah. We'll be there. So she twitched before he said fence or something?
Yeah, but they were all before saying fence.
I see. Yeah, well, obviously, very critical thing, isn't it? If someone starts before he said fence, then.
Yeah, there's quite a few red cards as well.
And Andy Basford was refereeing in Sabre, and the fencer I coach started before he said fence, just before, and then they both hit, and Andy said together, and I said to Andy, well, didn't he start before he said fence? And he said, well, did he actually? He didn't penalise it. No. Well, he must have been first. Which he must have been, wasn't he? He started before fence, and the other guy hasn't. And he hasn't penalised it. Sure, he's got to give him the hit. My logic, anyway, he didn't sort of have an answer, but he didn't give him the point. Right? Now, hit. See that way. Make sure you raise the hand with the hip. That's good. Quick, get off the blade and round. Catching it, relax. Now, take a parrot cart. Well done. Yes, hand out to check that. Yes, yes. And the angle of the hand is quite sound, I think. There is a little moment where when you're making the riposte, it's drifting across, isn't it?
Yeah, there is. There's that boom, boom.
Yeah, if I'm really pushing through, I might get that. Just watch for that. Okay. Yes. Just watch for it, it's drifting across again, apart from the point. Good. Yes. Apart from it drifting, I think the angle of your hands is better there, isn't it?
Yeah, feels better.
Yeah, accuracy can be a bit sharper, can't it?
Always.
Nearly there, I'm pushing through. That's it. That's it, good. Now take circular cease to hit to arm. This time, make sure the cease is out. Yes, nice one. Good. Well, I do think the point sort of swoops up and then down. A bit too much there.
Rather than straight in.
Yeah. Yes, that's good. Good. That's good. Now do the cease hit to arm.
Yeah.
And then you're going to come off the blade, go around to cart to arm.
Okay.
Cease. Let's polish that up. Now don't rush it now, don't rush.
Okay.
There. Getting there, that's right. So you want each guard position, cease down cart, to be sound. Good. Yes, now you sort of came across, but you didn't take it far enough out. There, so you got there, there.
Okay.
So hand has to move across with it. That's good. Now to actually get from the cease to the cart, the arm's a bit rigid and you're moving the whole body with it. A bit more flexibility in your arms. Arms of rubber is the phrase. Ceased. There, so you've got that bit more flexibility. I'm not saying come right back to here or anything, but much looser.
Okay, I'll take it slow.
Yeah. There. Yes, good.
Still come back.
Yes, I'm not saying don't come back at all, but you need to use both the arm and the body to create the position. Good. 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 And back across. Good. Now you can see, in making that action go into cart, it can unsettle the cart position a bit. If I just say go straight to cart, it's easier. But if you're doing it within part of an overall movement, you still want to focus on getting it in the right position. You know, a lot of fencing is about moving from one position to another. You know, it might be guard positions, might be hitting positions, but moving between those different positions at the right time. So, you know, cease there, and wants to be there, point in the right place, hand in the right place. Good. There. Yes. Point's drifting a bit much on the cart. Potentially that's yes. Good. Good. Hand up when you're hitting now. Good. Now from that hit, you're then going to come back to the cart.
Yeah.
You're going to hit your body quite possibly. Hit. Mistake.
I missed that.
Good. Good. Now, hand up.
Okay.
Good. Up. And shoulder there. Back. Good. Okay, relax. Now we can do that same sequence, but instead of the circular ceased, from the last hit by quasi, if I slip off the blade, come over the arm, then you can take a ceased parry in it.
Okay.
And you can keep it going.
Okay.
Hit.
Sorry.
There, there. Now, can you keep the quality of the actions reasonably consistent without it deteriorating as you keep progressing?
Okay.
Doesn't have to be fast, consistent in terms of technical quality. Stop a moment. Now on your cart, the first cart, you're hardly taking it anywhere. It's a bit like the foil, I think. There's a risk on this where you just sort of find the blade but don't actually take it anywhere. I think that's too risky. Do you get caught out with renewed attacks from there? Well, maybe that's something to really look at. Within something like this, you can keep going with the sequence. Now on next cart, I'll make it that bit better, make it that bit better still, and improve each action.
Okay.
Good, that isn't it? Mind focused on the quality of each action. Ah, my mistake that time. My mistake. Start again. Hit, hit, hit. Hit, hit, hit. Just lift the hand with that one, look for that. Yes, you want to lift it more there. Lift. Yeah, good. Hit, and relax, and relax. Quite a physical workout that one, I imagine.
Yeah.
Okay, for the hit hand. So lift it. Keep your hand high so you come into it, yes. Try and get it in close to there, so you're going to come down on it. Okay. Yes, that lower one in particular. You know,
I see it a lot and I go for it and then I miss it and I lose my confidence doing the
You're sort of jabbing at it with the whole body, and you haven't got as much control of where the point's going if you're doing it that way. You've got to be more active in your hand. You know, it's often going to be that technique. You know, just pull with the thumb, pushing your fingers to get the point up to there. So you could that a bit more. So, yeah. You see what I mean? You come back and you jab at it, and it's a bit random, isn't it? If I do this, so you want to minimise the amount of arm movement that you're doing to a little radius. You see, it's this, isn't it?
Yeah.
Unless the hand is active, you won't have a good feeling for where the point is. Relax. I remember once, years ago, so asking Laszlo about developing hand technique and use of the fingers. And he said, oh, I don't do that, just let it develop. And I thought, really? Does he have a comment on what you do with your fingers or your wrists?
No, for me it's all about my arm and my body.
Yeah.
That's what he comments on.
Yeah.
which for me is probably right.
Yeah, I mean that's probably where the most essential error is. But there are some actions where you've got to sort of get the hand working that a little bit more.
It doesn't focus on the hand in épée.
No, I mean épée won't be so much. But what about foil?
It talks about the parry position, because I tend to do big parries and he's going, no, we don't need just a little parry, just a little parry.
Little beat parry, yeah, yeah. Okay. Close that. Why don't you retreat? Okay, now sequence of hits. Hand, elbow, body. How we can tell. It's not too bad. Hand, elbow, body. Good. Good. 1, 2, on that. Oh, no. Struggling to reach that. I think the distance is still right, isn't it?
Pardon?
I think our distance is right, isn't it?
Sort of test.
A bit out.
No, a bit out.
Tiny.
But I'll keep me moving.
Yeah. Oh, do it again. I missed it.
Yeah.
Choice.
Did. Sorry. Quick enough.
Fast, gotta be fast. You want to be out there and not reach, not hit.
No, no.
Because I wasn't. Good.
Thing is, I've got to be careful because I can't hit here because it won't register.
I know, that's right.
So it's got to be up
Yes,
here.
it has. Okay, yes. Second one. Go. Missed them all. Okay, now if we go back to ceased hit, we're going to do fast ceased hit to arm.
Yeah.
If I do anything else,
Yeah.
then you need to deal with that.
Okay.
So it may be that when you take the ceased, I slip off it fast
Mm.
enough. It may be that I parry your riposte. You need to be able to respond to those.
Okay.
Good. Yeah. Now that last action, see how the tempo slowed down a lot, didn't it?
Yeah.
You really need to maintain the tempo there, don't you? Fantastic. Is it better? Now, can you feel the difference there?
Yeah, I didn't take you out.
Just that little touch on the blade.
Yeah.
Oh, I think you got me there.
I got you in. I got in.
You did.
But I don't know. Right. So.
Now that's it. You were doing that before.
Yeah.
And we've done it before with the second, haven't we?
Yeah.
Down on
We tend to do it in foil, don't we, rather than épée.
We've done it in both.
Right.
So we've done it in both. Right, fast and strong. You know, I'm forced into my attack. You've got to get my blade, haven't you? Good. Yes, good. Good. And there. Let's just practice that bit. Get the feel for that, because yeah. Seeing where it's going. Good. Good, that's right. Wait for until you see what it does. Yes. So don't go too soon. You know, it's different if I'm going ceased, hit above the arm, because you can feel it.
Yeah.
You can feel the blade contact.
But you can't with
Even
that.
if I come off the blade and attempt to body by cutover, you feel it more than if I come off and go somewhere else. You've got to be looking closely. Yeah, you see, you're anticipating it. Good. Going too far.
My controls are terrible today.
Yeah. Well, that's your weapon, isn't it? It's not mine, so
Yeah.
no excuse there.
No, I said my point control.
I know, that's what I mean. You do that? Yes, disengage there.
Oh.
And I have parried.
So.
If I'm parrying too early,
Yeah.
before you've begun your riposte,
Yeah.
you can disengage.
Yeah.
You have a chance of reacting to that.
I couldn't disengage from that though.
No, because I'm parrying later. If
Yeah.
I parry later as you're completing your riposte,
Yeah.
you're going to need to deal with my riposte.
Yeah.
You're not likely to get to disengage. There, make the hit. Just to make that hit. Good. Oh, you see,
Yeah.
you have to parry.
But should I let go there? Because I'm not
To
vulnerable
make the
on
hit,
the shoulder.
well, you know, I'm not really concerned what kind of hit you make from
Yeah.
your parry. Only that you do the parry.
Okay.
You can hit with prise de feu, you can hit with whatever is appropriate.
Because if I do that,
Yeah,
yeah, if I take you there and you did what you did,
yeah, parried it, and I'm going to riposte.
yeah, if I take you there,
Yeah.
I'm going to get a hit.
Well, okay, don't do that. Go to body.
Yeah.
Do that, can't you?
Yeah.
The first action is to arm, isn't it? Because my arm is there to be hit. There it's not, is it?
No.
Now, you are choosing that.
Because you're down there.
I'm not necessarily saying it's the wrong choice.
No. Because
It's
the
just
point's
about
down
whether
there.
you can be first.
Yeah.
If you've taken an effective parry, disabled my blade a bit with that, you will hit me first, won't
Yeah.
you? But you may be able to get to body. Maybe I come in deeper. You see, maybe I'm here.
Yeah.
You'll hit to body. Well, do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. You're immediately wanting to return to cease after you've done that.
I am. And then I realise it's not there, I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, then.
Yeah, that's right. Point a bit. Good.
I don't mind those at all.
No.
Because it's not subtle and I'm not subtle. There's no point pretending, is there, Adam?
No, I mean the essence of that, of course, is sheer speed.
Yeah.
You know, I'm depending on
the
speed of my action to get there.
Alright, you did it that time.
You know, if I really put some speed in, then it's more challenging. Especially if I let you come in quite deep.
Yeah, you did.
And then, BOM!
Yeah.
You know, that could be a challenge, can't it?
Yeah.
You may find that a parry of Preem is a faster option from it.
Yeah.
If I do it with the prise de feu in that way, you want the Preem. But because your instinct is to fight the blade more, you don't fall into that ceding parry position very easily, do you? You want to go for an opposition cease to that much more instinctively. We did we did that a while ago, didn't we? Looking at trying to get into the Preem in an easy way. Now there, do you see that?
Yeah.
You're going for your hit before you've even done the parry almost, and you've got the circumstances for a disengage. There, yeah. But, you know, even if you're attempting to do things quite quick, you've got time to pick that up. Not there.
Yeah.
Good. Nicely done. Just careful when you do your cease, don't let the point drift out too much before it comes back in.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, it is dodgy that, if I do get my point there. I'm struggling to actually get it back and into a hitting position, but
It's not impossible from there, though, is it?
I would suggest you probably do that hit there too often as a percentage. Point, yes, it's better, isn't it?
I didn't come back.
Well, from that you can do a really very effective opposition renewed attack. Because the action of hitting closes the line, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And you can do that really quite effectively from that.
I was thinking about it from there, I thought, which is the best one to do?
Yes. Well, the thing is, if I show you it with the hand high, you tend to go there.
Yeah.
And if it's low, you tend to go here.
Yeah.
You can go here if the hand's high. Don't forget you've got control of my blade.
Yeah.
You've got my blade, so you can go there. Well, you see, don't have to go there.
No, but I made that decision because your point was so low.
I see.
That time. It was an informed decision.
Okay, now you're going to do that cease hit to arm and then a very fast renewal by disengage to body.
Okay.
Both actions in. Just the first one. Round one. First one, good. 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 Now from there, what I want you to do is to recover,
Yeah.
right back, arm out straight,
Yeah.
and then when I attempt to find your blade, disengage and hit.
Okay.
Hit, arm out, and there. Hit, I'm catching you. Hit, leave it out there, you. Right out.
Okay.
Hit, right out. There. Now, quicker with your hand, you will avoid my blade, won't you? I mean, it's quite alright to be slipping off it, but better if you can completely avoid it. Hit. There. Good. 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 There. See it again. Round. Yes. Stretch out, yes. And back. Stretch out and right back, right back. Good. Out, right back. Okay. Is it more difficult to actually control it from there?
Yeah, I find it difficult controlling my brain at any point.
But, yeah, you want to be able to do it. Just plop it on the hand there.
Yeah.
Good, back, good. Good. Good, nice. Ah, you missed the first one, sorry. Messed up there. Good, back, good. Hit, yes, good. Quicker. Right. Yeah, your hand is right down when it's come back there. It must be up a bit more, doesn't it? Again. Ah, I'm missing that. Good. Stretch. Good. Stretch. Good. Again, it's all at the shoulder there, isn't it? A little bit more at the hand. Stretch, hit, good. Okay, good. Good, good. Yeah. Good. I'm not sure if you're hitting me high enough with some of these second
Okay,
ones.
I'll lift it up. Yeah, fair point.
Oh, good. Good. Oh, let's do that again. There. Yes. Stretch. Good. You can get back further, can't you? Because you're out quite far, but you're getting back to here. As you know, you can be more back there, can't you?
Yeah, I don't, you know. I should do, but I don't.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know, all the others do, don't they?
Well, we do, indeed.
Fencing away here,
The
aren't
British don't tend to.
Why
The
is
women.
that? Just sheer fitness? Or
I don't know if it's fitness or different
style,
types
I
of
think.
different abilities. Some people have got more movement than others.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, again, but let's look for stretching right back. Okay. Sorry, we did the wrong thing to begin with. Cease, don't we? Cease. Go! Right back.
There's only so far I can go.
Okay, you've gone there, maybe you haven't hit. Now get right back, look. Draw me in, yes. And hit, good. Hit. Yes. 3 more. Stretch, good. Oh, missed it. Let's do 3 good ones.
Okay.
Stretch, good. Good. Stretch. Good.
Excuse me. Oh, sorry, I just can't see.
That's one.
No.
Let's do it again.
Sorry about that. I'm standing up!
Yes. That's the maximum, isn't it? Last
Yeah.
one, last one.
Okay.
Go, good. Good. Excellent. Nice hit, Rob. Nice hit. Very good.
Thank you.
I thought we'd have a bit more of that backwards forwards movement.
Yeah,
today.
because
We talked about that before.
I
and
struggle
sort
with
of
distance, I think.
limitations
Yeah.
where you can get to.
Yeah.
Especially you've got an opponent who's back and forwards at great
Some of them are
energy.
horizontal.
Then you've got to deal with that, haven't you?
Yeah.